Started by Santosh J. Santosh in call, Suparna.
Yeah, I know. Someone started recording. Okay.
Santosh.
Okay. So, uh, welcome everyone for NextGen Data Aspirants Community. So, thanks for joining us. So this evening with us. So, let's me walk you through what is this NextGen Data Aspirants Community. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, hi guys. Anyone facing issue with the resound for the mic while Suparna is speaking?
Is there any issue? No.
No.
Yeah, okay. So welcome you all. So welcome to the NextGen Data Aspirants Community. So this is a community, this is a vibrant community dedicated to empowering the next generation of data aspirants for those who are learning and collaborating and sharing their knowledge, where learners and practitioners can come together to explore, learn and grow in the real time of data driven technologies. So myself, into Suparna Babu, you can call me as a Suparna. I'm the founder of this community, and I'm Microsoft Fabric community super user, and co-founder is Ajay Babu Inturi. He is working as a assistant BA manager at Genpact. So we both are founded this community, and this community is for our data professionals. So this is about short introduction about our community. So if you want to explore more, I will share the links in the chat. So you can go through our community, you can join in our group, and we are planning to conduct this type of knowledge sharing events frequently in upcoming months also. So this is about ourselves. So Ajay, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Suparna. Yeah. Hello, everyone. As you know, my name is Ajay Babu Inturi. You can call me as Ajay. So I'm working as a assistant manager at in Genpact, and like we are continuously supporting and one of the big client in US. So yeah, this is about myself.
Yeah. Uh, so I'm stopping my screen sharing. Santosh, I'm handing over to you. Can you please take over it?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Suparna. So all good. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Santosh.
Santosh.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So thank you so much, Suparna, for making me as a first speaker of this community, and very glad that I'll be able to take you for the next 1 hour. So we'll talk about Fabric. So the agenda for this today's session, some of you may be hearing for the first time. Some of you would have heard about this before. So here I'm here to spend for the next 70 minutes, 70 to 80 minutes with you, and let's have interactive sessions, right? So it's a Saturday, so I understand that it's your weekend, so I'll not bore you, but I'll try to keep it interactive. So as part of this session today, we will discuss about what are the roles that we have in the real time, and in market, what are the type of roles that you can apply for, and specifically where can this fabric fit. That is most important, right? You cannot plan a mobile development in fabric. That's not possible. You cannot build a website in fabric. You need to understand where can this fabric be used. So I'll talk about a use case. Then as in then the basic agenda of always a KSR data vision is we always start with a use case, and then we'll see what solutions we can implement. And then finally we'll talk about, is this fabric is really going to be a game changer? Let's wait and watch. Let's figure out. And finally, we'll also give a verdict. Is Fabric the best, or is it going to be the complete replacement for all the existing system? We will wait and watch. So just before I start agenda, I'm very glad and very honored to represent KSR Data Vision. So myself, Santosh, most of you know me. So I've been a key trainer in KSR Data Vision. I have total of 10 years of experience working in IT, and very grateful that I got chance right from the day one of my career to work with data. Day in and day out, I work with data. That's my role. And I'm an ex-employee of Amazon, and currently I'm an current employee of Microsoft. And apart from that, I play a very key important role in KSR Datavizon with over 6 years of training experience. And here today I'm in front of you to deliver a session. So this is about me. What do you understand by this picture? What do you understand by this picture? Sometimes when you're traveling, maybe in train or bus, you go through a place where in India, we use a word called slum, right? I've been to this place, so I literally know how the environment and infrastructure, what they have, correct? Now, you would have at least experienced once visiting a slum, or you would have seen it. So it's basically, I would say it's an unorganized place and no proper roads. You just go and search a Google map and address. Today you go and search my address, you will get it. But tomorrow you go and search some address, you will not get it, right? It's not organized and it's very difficult. And if you see from one house to another house, there is not even a walking space, right? That's what you see in the picture. And there's a live slum picture that is taken. So you can see that how close the houses are, the infrastructure, right? And the biggest challenge is everyone starts building their own things. Everyone will have a separate electricity line. Everyone will have a separate drainage system. Each individual house will have a separate electricity line, drainage system, water supplies, right? You would have seen this. Well, this is the most unstructured way of living if you talk about our lifestyle, correct? Now, looks messy, disconnected, yes, understand. And in order to build a house, maybe it could be expensive because you have to take care of everything. Each individual house has a own system, so you have to discard everything, you have to dismantle everything, you have to build a complete system. Well, this could be a bit challenging, right? Now, this is what is happening in your on-prem system. Every company, this whatever I'm talking, it is, let's say 10-15 years back. 10-15 years back, we had a lot of slum areas in India. So I'm giving us an example. So 10-15 years back, this was a system, right? If you talk about 2005, 2010, this is how it was. Majority of the people in India were living here. Now, here what happens? It becomes more clumsy and clumsy. So every house, they start taking care of their system itself, right? They'll say like, okay, I need electricity, I need electric pipe, maybe I need a drainage system. So each one will take care of only their house. And that is why we call it as each house builds its own pipelines, right? It's messy. Now, this was past. Now, in order to overcome this, we add an improved system. We had an improved system. So from slums, everyone started moving to their individual house. Okay, everyone started moving to their individual house. And better than this, this was not organized. So we will have a better version. Now I will call it as villas. So most of you have heard about villas. So villas, including that particular land, you'll have a similar house. And you can see the design what you have seen. It's an aerial shoot of one of the area, right, where we have this villa. And you can see that how the houses are organized. Right, every house is, let's say, identical to watch, right? Everything is identical, same. And here, the good thing is, it is well organized, well structured, well connected roads, like from one place to another place. Internally also you'll have roads, like fast and easy access. And in fact, I'm not sure if you have heard about it, in this type of villas, there will be a separate community which takes care of everything. For every individual house, they take care of the back end, right? Let's say you have any issues in water supply, maybe there is a parking issue. All of this will be sorted by one security team, and we have a secured and efficient system, correct? And now for this complete villa, you'll have a common electricity that will be supplied, a common water supply. They'll have a separate tank for them and they will use it. And the billing will be shared across among however you use it, correct? Now let's say that you use a bit of more of electricity bill, you have to pay more. So it's as simple as that. You use, you pay. Now, this is one of the best system to live. If you ask me, personally, I believe in, okay, let's get settled in a villa. This is so beautiful that it gives you everything what you need, right? Your own land, your own house, right? Who else will not accept this, correct? Now, here also there is a problem. Here also there is a problem. What is a problem? What if more of people wants to stay in villa? Do you think for every single person you can provide the space? Maybe yes, maybe not. If I really want to, maybe I have to cut down all the forest areas and I can give them to cut down all forest, maybe agriculture land, everything I can build villa. But apart from this, there is also one of the better way to live. What is that? What is that? Better than villa with a limited space? Anyone? Anyone?
Apartments.
Apartments. Very good. So here, let's say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 14, 21. Let's say 21 or 25 families are staying here. And the area covered is more. Of course, this is very flexible for us to live. But when I think about future, I want to also make a space optimized as well as a cost optimized. And each villa in Bangalore cost you around 3 crores. Maybe where will I go for 3 crores, right? Now, in order to have a customized space, you can still live with all the betterment. All the betterment. You can still have your own house, right? Your own floor and everything, whatever the benefits you have in villa, you will also get it in flats. Now, this is a maybe even more well-versed system. Of course, I cannot beat the villa. I'm telling you again, I cannot beat villa. So flats, okay, not better than your villas, but still, when you want to live nearby your office, where you want to have a frequent travel, your schools, your colleges, your hospitals, everything has to be nearby. Maybe you'll choose a flat which is very close to you, right? Now, this is also the same features what you have in your villa, I can have it in your flats. This one, I can consider this as like a subset of your villas. Now, we have to compare, are you going to stay in villa? Are you going to stay in flats? Now that is a discussion. Somewhere on the screen, if you have observed, this is, I'm calling it as cloud, and this is, I'm calling it as fabric. Okay, so I'll definitely give you time to ask questions. If you don't have any questions, please be on mute. Okay, this is also live streaming on LinkedIn. So I want to make sure that we have a smooth session. I'll ask questions, so please answer and then go back on mute. My sincere request. Now, here we have a fabric, which I'm calling it as a flat. Now, are you going to live in flat? Are you going to villa? That's the question we need to answer. Okay. Now, in order to answer this, let's get into a use case. This is a groundwork now, right? This is a groundwork. On-prem, I'll call it like your on-premises system. It's like a slum. Everyone starts to have their own needs, and everything they will unorganize it. They will start their own needs and they will mess it up. This is what happened 20 years back. And then we had more of land. So everyone started using villa or an individual building. And now, again, now we have a space issue. 8.5 billion people on this earth, right? Every single day, the population is growing. And India now has topped the #1 in the population. So where can I go for building a house for everyone? So I need to optimize it. I've been searching house in Bangalore for the last 5 years and still I haven't got an individual land. And that's a reality. Everywhere you see flats, everywhere you see buildings like this, but it's very hard to get an individual building, individual land in Bangalore, and that is what is happening, right? So obviously you need to change the infrastructure now. So let's say, okay, flats, it's really good, but let's start comparing. Let's start comparing. Okay, so with this, let's talk about one business. KSR Datavizon is a business, right? Amazon is a business. Flipkart is a business. You take your IRCTC, yes, it's a government business, right? And you take ICICI Bank, it's a business. Now, what do you need the first thing when you want to run a business? And today, let's talk about Amazon. What do you need? In order to order something in Amazon, the first thing you need is you need a website. You need a website. Without website, where can you go and buy the products? So every business, and today everyone knows about this community, everyone knows about KSR, it's because we have a website, right? You have a website, you can go and search KSR Datavizon, you will get it. You can go and search this NDAC system, you will get it, right? This community, you go and search, you will get it. How? Because we have a website or a link for that. So the first thing is, in order to run a business, you need a website. Okay, fine. Now, if I've been told that you have to buy products only in website in Amazon, what you will do? Every time you cannot carry your laptop, every time you cannot go with an internet modem, and you cannot buy. So to make it flexible, the one system that you carry everywhere is your smartphone, right? The one system, it's in this 2025, I can clearly tell you that your smartphones has become like one of your body part. Wherever you go, you're taking that. Okay. Any one place where you don't take your smartphones? Anyone? Please don't tell washrooms. And now that we have crossed the limit, can you tell me any one place where we don't take our smartphones? Anyone?
Nowhere, everywhere we are taking.
Everywhere you're taking, right? Everywhere you're taking. Maybe a few restrictions, maybe few exam halls, or maybe few temples. Apart from that, if you don't have any restriction, you take anywhere. So your mobile phone has become like one of your body part. You start using on the daily basis. And Amazon, if I'm talking about Amazon, more than my website, I need to have my own mobile app, right? So why are we talking about this use case? Well, if you want to run a business, you need all of this, right? You need all of this. Now, if you talk about this IT role, guys who are just about to enter IT, these are the roles that you may have to choose. You may not choose. The clients and the company will choose you. You can become a website developer. You can become an app developer. You can become a support engineers, right? You can become a testing person, QA testing. All of these are different roles, and every IT company, every project, every client needs all of these roles. One is for app development, one is for website, and let's say we need to put some cyber security or security system. Like what if someone steals your password and he starts misusing it? Possibility is there, right? So you need a cyber security person, and you need a testing person. We need a support person. Even today, 24/7, something happens to your system, you go and talk, you go and call a bank people, they'll definitely respond because they are working 24/7 for our customer need, right? Well, all of this is a need. All of this is a need. Well, now it's time to talk about my role. Well, if you want to improve your business, if you want to make your system well versed, if you want to make your system organized, well, these three roles are very important. These three roles are very important. And today I'm here to talk about these three roles, right? Website development, app development. I've given an example that you can build a website, you can build an app. But in order to take your business to the next level, that is where you need to have these three roles. So data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist, and I'm glad that I was able to work on all three skills and roles, and I can give you a better idea on this. In order to tell you what is this business need of data engineers, data analyst, and data scientist, right? Let me tell you how this is going to be ruling, how it is ruling the entire system in the recent days, right? Wherever you go, you will always see there is a data engineer, there is a data analyst, and there is a data scientist. And who knows, even in this group, there are a lot of data engineers, there are a lot of data scientists, right? And you are the future. And you guys wantedly have written in the bottom because you guys are the root. Without you, there is nothing going to work, right? Without you guys, let me tell you very honestly, without these three guys, the top 5 guys doesn't even exist in the market. That is what I've been seeing in my 10 years of experience in IT. Without these 3 roles, there is nothing which can exist, right? You can build a website, but where do you get the data from? You can build a website, but where do the payment goes? You cannot bring a plain sample or static screen. Then I can call it like a photo or an image rather than calling it as a website, right? So this 3 roles is very important. Let's try to understand what is this 3 roles. We will take one application in your smartphone. You open your smartphone, you find n number of applications. You will find n number of applications, right? We will take that one as an example. Okay, so we'll take that one as an example. I don't know why there is, please be on mute. Please be on mute. I don't have an option to put everyone on mute, I think.
లేదు పాట వచ్చిన
Okay, I was talking about this roles. I was talking about this roles. Now, let's take one application from your phone, and I will take the one which is very common one, which is called Redbus. So most of the Indians will know this Redbus. So Redbus is a platform which you can go and book your tickets and train tickets and bus tickets, right? And this Redbus doesn't have any buses. They only have bus link, right? They have different bus services that is linked. Now, this is an app. This is an app, Redbus app. You can go and download in Play Store. Don't think that this is a promotional video for Redbus. I use Redbus more. That's why I've taken this as an example. So in this Redbus, what does the system need? So if you go and book tickets in the Redbus, it will show you all the services, bus services. It will show you the ratings. It will show you the feedbacks. And it will actually also take you the payment details. You can add the wallet amount, right? You can see the bus vendors, and you can also see, as a customer, you will see your own information, how many buses you have booked, where you have traveled, what is your past history. And the most important thing is you can also live track your buses, and you will also have a built-in maps, like where the bus is coming, that you can track it. Now, the first role which I want to talk about is data engineers. Now, what does a data engineers do? Now, the biggest challenge for data engineers is they have to collect the data from different systems. They have to collect the data from maps, GPS from Google. They have to collect the customer data. They have to collect all the bus information and all the ticket information, right? You guys will book the ticket only by seeing the feedbacks and the ratings. So obviously that has to be linked. And how do you travel? You have to buy the tickets. You have to purchase the tickets. For that, payment is required. Customer data is required. And most importantly, maps and GPS data is required. So the first person who's very important for running a business is, the first rank I would give is data engineers. So the role of data engineers is you have to collect the data from the different systems, take care of the data cleaning, data transformations, data modeling, organize it, make sure that it is very crystal clear for the other teams to work. That is needed, right? Now, okay, everything is ready now. Everything is ready now. Now what's next? What's next? While you gather all this information, and how much of revenue is a Redbus generating? Who will track that? right? Who will track that? I need to know how many ticket bookings has been happened, how many feedbacks I've got, which bus is good, is the tickets filled, what is the revenue, what is the price. So I need to track the entire revenue of Redbus. Well, how is it possible? Well, the next set of people I would call is as data analyst, right? So data analyst. Now, who are data analysts? You guys, most of you are data analysts. What you guys do is, with the help of data engineers, you have got the data. You have got the data. With that data, you have come across building one report. This is called one report. This report will tell you maybe the complete information of our Redbus company, how much of revenue we're generating, how much of profit we are generating, how much of all of this information we are generating. Well, all this information can be gathered with the help of reporting. Who is going to do? There will be a data analyst. What is the role of a data analyst? He will try to do the analysis, try to get the key insights, put some visuals, validations, and also do the reporting. Well, what tool that he'd use? Maybe he can use any tool, but this is what as a data analyst you guys will be doing. You guys will be building a report. Okay. Maximum what you can say, okay, what is a total profit? Right, what is the total sales, what is the total customer count, and by month on month how much of we are generating, and which part of the state or country we are generating maximum revenue, and if you want to apply some filters you can do it, right? And they will do some analysis like what age group of the guys are traveling more. So it is evident that I've also worked for a project for Redbus. It is evident that the male percentage is more than the female percentage, right? The male travel more maybe for business need or business trips and solo trips or maybe family trips, but what I've been observing is this percentage. So we have even I've given you the metric. So 67% of male maybe travel, right? So all of this is the analysis. Now let's assume that there is a drop in month of April or in the month of January. As a data analyst, you can tell them, boss, there is a drop. If this is the same way we go down, we have to close the shutter and move on. That is the one you can inform this. As a data analyst, you can provide them suggestions. Hey, why are we making less? Why can't we bring up some ideas? Why don't we make it better? That's what you can do it. As a data analyst, you can provide the ideas. What are the insights I can bring to improve the business? That you can do. But what's next? What's next? Who is going to implement this? Who is going to come up with a solution? And for that, we have data scientists. We have data scientists. When you guys open your Redbus, you will see all the buses here, right? And the most common point, dropping point, the popular pickup point, and you'll see some offers and discounts. And if you're all wondering, who is a big brain who's working behind this offers, discounts, cashbacks on all of this? It's none other than data scientist. It's none other than data scientist. Well, I can simply say that data scientists will have a very, very good brain. For a data analyst, you just need to do a report. But from the report, this data scientist, for whom I need to give 10% offer, right? I cannot give a 10% offer to a person who just books one ticket in 1 year. Try to understand. There is a customer who just travels to only Kashi every year and he just books the bus ticket only once in a year. I cannot go and give a 10%, 20% offer only to that person. What is the use? You need to give a person who frequently travels so that he gets more of interest to buy the tickets from your application, and that is what you have to run your business. You need to understand for whom you need to give offers. You need to understand from whom you need to give discounts. That is needed. For that, you need your brain to work. And all of this works with the mathematics. How many times he has booked? Okay, let me give this offer. Maybe I'll give a credit card offer, cashback account, 10%, 20%, 30%. And in fact, I can also mention this type of highlighting. Nowadays, if you go and open your app, you will be able to see that what is a popular pickup point, right? All of this, who is going to come up with some prediction? Okay, most of you are parents here. You have a summer holidays to your kids. You're planning for trips. That is where your buses also will work effectively. They'll have to match supply and demand, right? They have to match supply and demand. In the recent times, if I want to bring the right example, lot of things happened in the North India railway station. Like people get into the reserved coaches, they fight this, they stone it on the glass, the trains, and they fight for tickets. I think Kumbam or something. I'm not that sure of the actual names, but there was some festival or something where people rush to the temples. Why? Because of less trains, more people, right? So we are not managed well. You've not managed well. I'll give a simple example. If you go to North India, I'm sorry to bring this as a North India example. If you go to North India, you go and see the railway stations, people who have reserved tickets will not be allowed to sit in the train, right? Every other person jumps into it and they will share the tickets with you, and they've not even taken the tickets, but they're still traveling with you. Right? So even government cannot stop, even the TTR cannot stop, even the policemen cannot stop that. And this is happening even today. Even today, you go to the railway station and in the north, this is happening. Right? Now, I'll give a blank check for you. If you show me a similar situation, what is happening in railway station in North India, I will give you a blank check if you show me a similar situation happening in airports. Is there any one airport where people rush to that airport, take whichever flight you want, like without ticket, and they rush up and they do all this nonsense what they do in railway stations? Show me one airport in this world where we have like this. I'll give you a blank check if you tell me. And I can name the railway stations, how these people are behaving there. They just rush up, they push, they throw, they do whatever things in a railway station. But if I ask you the same question in airports, it's not possible, because airports are well organized. Well organized, right? That's the word I'm using. Well organized, well planned, well planned. Even there is a going to be any demand, they'll plan it well. They'll leave some extra flights, right? That is well organized. All this is run by maybe backend data scientists. They'll plan it well, supply and demand. Now, all this offers, discounts, cashbacks, planning well, the tickets, the availability, all this, they will plan it well by data scientists. What they do? They build machine learning solution. I will tell you in one word what is machine learning, right? I'll tell you in a very layman term what is machine learning. We have last 15 years, 16 years, I have the data. I have the data. What data I have? What type of tickets, when the tickets gets booked, I have the data. So the January to March, usually no one travels because of kids exam. October to November, maybe it's a winter, people don't travel. So the most frequent travelers who enjoy their trips will be in the month of March, April, May, and December. The reason? So that is where we call it as a summer holidays and winter holidays, right? Christmas holidays or winter holidays. And now for your kids, you have a summer holidays. Now this is a time you guys will travel, correct? Now, how do I know this? I have 15 years of data. With the 15 years of data, last year, what was the total sales that we have generated? The same sales I will expect this year. That's a prediction. That's a prediction. Whether the prediction is going to be right or wrong, it's different, right? But still, that's a prediction. What is machine learning? By understanding the past data, you can predict the future. By understanding the past data, you can understand what is happening in the last 15 years and you can predict it. So that is what predictive analysis. Now, all this, who's going to do? Data scientists. And that is why I keep saying this. That is why I keep saying this. Without these three people, it is impossible to run a business. Of course, I say that yes, the top people are needed. Your application, your website, your UI developer, your testing team, everything is needed. But without this, you cannot survive in IT. Your last three is like your oxygen. You can stay without water for some days. You can stay without for food for some days, the top, but you can never stay even for a minute without oxygen. And that three guys are oxygens in IT industry. Wherever you see, these are all visible. You will not be able to go and point it, okay, you are a data engineer or data analyst, but as long as you go and involve, you will never understand how these guys work. Well, personally, I'm telling you, you can choose any role, but if you choose one among these three, your life towards your IT career will be good role because you'll enjoy your work. You'll enjoy your work. You'll get a lot of use cases, problem statements, and you will enjoy. And personally also, I'm sharing you one more thing. In particularly in India, 85% of the guys who are actually working for their company are not liking their role. They're only working for salaries to pay EMIs. Just 15% of the people are working for passion. They come up with more ideas, more thoughts. They involve. And that is what I'm asking you to do. Please go to that 15%. Don't go to that 85%. 85% just you have forced to do. Tension, stress, hectic. Right? We are not the old generation who's going to live 80, 90 years. We are all the pizza and burger generation. Right? We all eat pizza, burgers, and we eat all the junk foods. Crossing 50 itself is a hurdle. And in the 50 years, if you're working for a 40 years only for the role which you don't like and you're not satisfied, what you're going to do? Right? So choose a role which gets you the interest. Now, okay, I have decided I'll become a data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist. Now, what's next? You need a platform, right? You need a platform to have an airport. You need a land. You need that infrastructure. You, in order to have a railway station, right? You need to have a tracks, railway tracks. You need to have that customization, and that is called platform. Now we will talk about platform. So end of business roles. Now we'll talk about platforms. So we have decided about data engineers, data analysts, and data scientists. What's next? What's next? Let's say that I will have to do one project. I will have to do one project. What is that project? Imagine that I need to build one report, a red bus report. Now this report, you can build in any BI tool in the market. You can build in Tableau, you can build in Power BI, you can build an Oracle, SAP. A lot of things are there where you can build a report. And in this, let's make it easy because among the three roles, data scientist, data analyst, and data engineer, data analyst role is very easy. Your work is only to build a report. So let's say that I build a report. Now, in order to build a report, let me choose one tool. Let's say I'll take Power BI. So Power BI is a well-known and well-versed BI tool which can build a report for you. It's very much like an Excel where you can do some visual charts. All of this you can do. Where you can do? With your Power BI, right? Now, imagine I have decided to go with Power BI for doing this report. So in Power BI, we say that it's one of the best business intelligence tool in the market. And it comes with a reason, right? It comes with a reason. Most flexible tool, drag and drop, easy, tracking, analysis, everything you can do here. So let's say that I have chosen Power BI for reporting. When you say reporting, you will also have to gather the data, right? You have to do some visuals. We have to share the report. So there are components within your Power BI which can help you to do the data cleaning, data visualization, report sharing, data modeling. I will not go deep into the technical part. Let's assume that there is a tool called Power BI. Inside the tool Power BI, we have all of these features which can help you to build a report, right? Now, when I say best, I can simply give an example. Virat Kohli is the best player at this moment. Does it mean that I can use him in the final over to bowl to a best batsman? He's a best player. But Do you think I can use him as a bowler in the last over for a well-versed batsman? Do you think it's possible? No, he's a very good batsman. He is not a bowler. So how can I use him as a bowler? Right? So when I say best business intelligence tool, you need to figure out where this is good at. Just because it does everything, let's say that maybe I teach, that doesn't mean that from morning to night I keep on teaching. I take 10-15 batches. Do you think it's possible? No, right? You will lose your efficiency. And that is what we have to figure out now. You are saying best. Best in what? Best in what? So that is where we will see when if you want to run a project, you need to have a data storage, you need to have a data processing, you need to have a data analysis, and you need to have a data science. As I said, this 3 to 4 roles is a main role for running a project. Now let's answer this question. Can Power BI do everything for you? The answer is no. You cannot use your Power BI for storage. Can you use your Power BI for processing? Okay. With the emoji that you see with the expression, okay. And you also see it's amber. Yellow color is amber. Amber is okay, possible, not best. I can still use it. Data analysis, perfect. This tool is one of the best fit for data analysis. You can do report, you can analyze. Can you build a machine learning models, data science models? Well, the answer to this question is also no. With the expression you say that it's not possible. Well, yes, Power BI is best. That doesn't mean that I can do everything. Now we have a problem. So we need to rely on some other tools, some other technologies for storage, for processing partially, and for data science model. Well, I can simply say that your Power BI is an excellent data analytics BI tool and not for others. And it can do others also, but not best. I can teach, I can cook food, I can do everything, but I may not be a great cook. I may cook, but I'm not a great cook, right? You know the difference. You know the difference, correct? And that is what Power BI can do. Power BI can do all four, but the best is always on the data analysis side. So what should I do for other things now? Data storage, processing, data science. What I should do? Well, where can we store the data? Where to process the data? For analysis, okay, I have a solution that is Power BI. But where do I build the data science model? That's again a question mark. Now all these three becomes a question mark. Now where can we store it? Where can we store it? Well, you know what? From 2001 to 2010, there were a lot of tools which was helping you to store your data, process your data. Some of the tools which have been displayed on the screen for you, you can store the data in your Excel files, CSV files, right? And today also I'm storing the data, right? Today also I'm storing the data. If you ask me, let's say that I'll open one, let's say data, all this is my data, right? All this is my data. If I go and open this, it's an Excel data. It's a data. What data it is? It is a order information, like when it was ordered, on this is a particular order, when it was ordered, when it was shipped, who is the customer, what product he has purchased, what is the profit, what is the discount. Well, where I'm storing this? I'm storing in Excel and CSV. But the challenge is how much you can store, right? How much you can store. Initially, there were not much of users. We had a less data, we had a less system. This were the possible, right? So what I'm showing the tools, this were all Microsoft products which was storing your data, processing your data until 2010. After 2010, let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. So if I'm taking about only Excel, if I'm talking about only CSV files, now all these are storages where you can store the data. But at one point of time, there is a limit. There is a limit. What is that limit? Today, we were talking about Redbus. We're talking about Redbus. Imagine we have only 1 lakh customers. Where can I store? Maybe 1 terabyte of data. I can store it in my laptop only. In my laptop itself, I have a storage of 1 terabyte, right? In my laptop itself, I have a storage of 1 terabyte. If you see here, my C drive is 222, My D drive is 460. My F drive is 460. So 460 plus 460 plus 220, I have total of 100 GB of space in my laptop, which is equivalent to 1 terabyte. This 1 terabyte, if I want to run a business called Redbus, I can store the data in my laptop itself. But what if the data increases to 10 terabytes? Do you think I can buy 10 laptops? Do you think I can buy 10 laptops? Not possible. Not possible. Even if I have money to buy 10 lakhs, who is going to manage this? That's the biggest challenge. So in order to overcome all of this challenge, what Excel and SharePoint, what we had, and we are talking about in terabytes here, come on. And the world is moving in zettabyte. The guys who are wondering what is zettabyte, right? We have megabyte, we have kilobyte, we have megabyte, we have gigabyte, we have petabyte, we have terabyte, and this gigabyte will be 10 to the power of 21. Where can I go and just store this much of data? By 2025, we have 181 into 10 to the power of 21 data. Where can I go and store this? And we are talking about terabytes of data where we are planning to buy a 10 laptops. Come on, even if you buy lakhs of laptops, you will not be able to store this 181 gigabytes of data that is generating across the world, right? So what's the option? Well, it's time to think from sky. We are exhausted with the land. We are exhausted with land. We are completely occupied with land. Now, if I want to buy, usually I keep asking this, okay? Whenever I feel like I want to buy a house, I go to brokers and I ask them, can you give me one land? Can you help me with buying one land? Right? I just touched my headphones, so I want to double check. Is my voice clear?
Yes, Santosh.
Okay, thank you. By mistake, I just touched my headphones, so just wanted to check. Okay, now I want to buy a house. I went to a broker and I asked him, boss, get me a land in Bangalore. And you know what he says? No, sir, Bangalore is exhausted. If you want to buy land, you buy in the sky. That's what he says. That is what he says. The complete system is filled. Now, where can I go and take the data? Where can I store the data? And that is where now we are moving towards cloud. That is where we are moving towards the cloud, right? So no more on-prem now. Let's go back to the cloud. So what is this cloud? Cloud, the sky, is a space for you. It's a huge space for you where you can use it for your business. Now let's talk about what is this cloud and how it came into picture. First of all, I cannot store it on my slum areas, which I've shown you. Each company comes with their own on-premises. I cannot do that. Now that's a challenge we have. In the on-prem, we have an issue with scalability. What do you mean by scalability? Today, I can have 10 laptops. Tomorrow for 100 GB, you cannot buy 100 laptops. Tomorrow for 1000 GB, you cannot buy 1000 laptops. You will have an issue with scalability. That's the first issue. And the more and more you buy laptops, obviously you have to spend money, cost. And where will I go and operate this 100 laptops or 1000 laptops? I have to give it for someone. I need to pay them. Where is my security? Wait, I need to give my company laptop to them. What is a guarantee that they will not use it for personal use? What is a guarantee that they'll not leak my data? Where is security? Right? And something, if they ran away with my laptop somewhere, what will I do? It's a disaster recovery, something gone wrong. What happens? Where is my backup? Always I need a person who has to sit on my system to take a support. And the phase reaction says that it's so frustrating to maintain your own system. Just one day, you go somewhere, stay in a slum area, you'll understand the heat of a on-prem. Just one day, you stay in a flat, you'll enjoy the fruitfulness of cloud. That's what we are trying to inform you here. Okay, with all this on-prem challenge, let's see what is a cloud. Wherever I go, whichever colleges or events or wherever I go, I always like this example. The one example is, we have two main problems. One is storage, one is processing, right? So remember this, we have two main problems in the industry. One is a storage, one is a processing. Now, how do you store the data? How do you process the data? Well, for that, we need a system. We need cloud now because on-prem is exhausted. The land is filled. Now, if you want to buy something, you have to go and buy in the sky, right? So we need a larger system now. We need a cloud. So to help you understand, so in 1 hour session or 2 hour session, it's impossible to help you understand everything. So I'll always give an example. What is the difference between your on-prem and cloud? This is an example I can give you. Owning a car is like owning your own on-premises. If you want to travel to office, what you need to have? First of all, you need to have a decent car, which is of 18 lakhs. And thanks for staying in India, 2% road tax, GST 18%. Right? You're all Indians. So obviously you know what is GST, right? And now up and down every day, office 50 kilometers per day. And your car doesn't run free. It has to run on a petrol or diesel. So 600 rupees I need to spend for every single day, which is about for 20 days. For 20 days, this is 12K. And it's a black stylish color. You need to always maintain it well. So you need to maintain your engine, wash, cleaning, everything. Another 3,000 per month. This is your own car. This is your own car. And the amount that you're spending is 20K per month, and initial investment is 23 lakhs, including GST. In order to go to office, I need to spend 23 lakhs as an initial investment, and every month 20K. And you know what? The guys who are driving cars to your office, you know how stress it is to drive. You can't even watch reels. You can't even watch reels because you have to drive. And you will be in a so stressful that what if someone comes and touches your car, scratches, accidents, you'll all be in fear, right? And my life is so simpler because I always use Ola and Uber. Very simple, no maintenance, no petrol, no cleaning, no insurance. I can freely sleep and go to my office. I can watch reels. I can watch movie. I can talk to my friends. I can even take someone in my car and we can discuss whatever we want. I can do as simple as that. And most importantly, all of this, forget about all of this. No tension and not even an EMI. For 23 lakhs, where will I go? I have to take a EMI. No EMI, no tension. What do I pay for it? Maybe average cost 650 rupees they charge. Monthly charge 13,000 rupees. Even now I'm telling you, I don't have a car. This is the one reason. Wherever I go, I just go as free as possible. The same amount what you have spending for your own car, I am spending less than that. I'm spending less than that. And that's the reality. And that is what this I call it as on-prem and cloud. Why cloud? The company, the Uber, the Ola, someone is managing for you. Someone is managing for you. You're the user. You're just the customer for them. They will give you the best services for you. They'll give the best service. I was traveling in one of my friend's car. Okay. He was like, hey, don't spoil the seats. Don't eat something in car. And he will keep very minimal AC. He'll ask, come on, yaar, it's your own car. Why are you keeping very less AC? Keep it bit higher. No. It will kill the petrol. That's what he's saying. I don't know for what reason he has purchased car to look it after and have a limited usage. And I went in a cab. You know, guy, that car driver, sir, you do whatever you want, sir, in car. I don't care. You want high AC, I will keep. If you want to extend the seat, I'll extend. You sleep and come. Because they have to provide me the best service because I'm paying them. For them, running Ola and Uber, that is their business. So they will be always best in that. But you have to run your own car. It's a difficult. And that is why I'm saying, let's not take care of all of this by own. We will not use our own systems, own laptops, own on-prem. No. let's go into another person who can take care of it and just be ensure that they are the people who will give the best service for that. And what you need to do, you just need to pay. You just need to pay. Okay, so see, just think this entire session as a story. We started with building an application. Okay, I'm okay with Power BI, but I have a problem with storage. So where can I store now? Don't worry. There is a person who will help you to store the data. Who are they? They are cloud. Cost effective, unlimited storage, backup recovery, efficient, flexible, everything they will take care of you. You just need to pay like what you are paying for Ola and Uber. Just pay for your usage. Rest of the things they will take care. And most trusted, see, if I say I want to go to airport, maybe one day I can ask my friend, 2 days I can ask my friend, what else after that too? And they'll also start seeing me differently. So I have to use a Ola and Uber. They are the guys who provides the best service for me to travel. Same way, these are the guys who will pay you best, who will provide you the best service for your other problems. What is your other problems? Maybe my other problem was this 3. This I'm okay to run my business. But what are the other things? Now, other things, let me rely on someone else. Who are they? They are cloud. And since we are talking about a Microsoft product, let's talk about only the Microsoft Cloud. So in the Microsoft Cloud, this is a cloud on, this is a on portal. It's like a website. And the birthday of Microsoft Azure is February 1st, 2010. It's been 15 years in the market. And this can give you complete resources what you're looking for, right? If let's say this is user, okay, you go to website, you say that I want to store the data, you request, immediately they'll allocate a server for you. No need to buy a laptop for you. A simple laptop, you can use it where you can go and store the data in the cloud. Now that is what this Azure is going to do. This Azure is a cloud computing platform. It's an online portal. It is a second largest cloud next to your AWS, and 80% of all your Fortune 500 companies are using Azure. It's one of the most beautiful cloud I've ever worked with. I literally enjoy working with cloud. You don't need anything. You just need one laptop, one simple internet, and you can run your entire business. You can run the complete show. That's what this Azure is capable of. Okay, now what Azure can provide you? Azure can provide you 200 services. Azure can provide you 200 services. What 200 service? It can provide you a platform to build a mobile application. It can provide you a platform for building a web application. Today, if you want to go and build a mobile app, you guys are all using mobile app, right? Android mobile app, right? So if you want to go and build a mobile app, you know what you want? There is a software called Android Studio. There is a software called Android Studio. This Android Studio has to be installed, and this is how it looks like, where you can write the code here and you can see the screen, what type of screen it will be displayed. It can be tested then and there. You write the code here, you can see the screen, right? Whatever you see on your phone, in the backend, they're writing the code. Where they're writing in Android Studio. Literally in my early days of my career, I wanted to build one application. I have downloaded this. The next hour, my laptop got crashed because this is not a simple software. This software is very big. Right? You need a big configuration. I would say a high configuration system. You cannot go and install this in your i3 or i5. You need a minimum of i7, and you need to have a graphics system, and you need to have a proper system. Your laptop has to be 2.5 lakhs and above to install the software in order to go and implement one mobile app. Where will I go and do that? So what is your cloud doing? Your cloud is doing, boss, don't worry, boss. You just log in with your simple laptop. I will only give you the software. I will only give you the subscription. I will only give the service. You simply come, you build your app on a daily basis, you pay rent, and you go out. Simple. This looks much better for me, right? It looks more good for me. Like this, they give you an opportunity for building a website. You can also use your maybe whatever YouTube recording, Instagram stories, and maybe you want to do some Photoshops, they'll give a service for you. Right? And if you want to have a security system, if you want to build some Internet of Things, some IoT systems, all this you can do. So Azure is a company which is, it's a cloud-based Microsoft portal for you, which gives you 200 plus services. But am I going to use all 200 service? Am I going to use all 200 service? I've come to a conclusion that I will be focusing only on this roles. I'll be focusing on only this roles. I'm not here to become a web developer, website developer, cybersecurity. I don't do that. Even though Azure provides you 200 services to do that, I will not do all this, right? So what do I do then? What do I do then? I literally need only these services. From the 200 services, you literally need only this services. See, it's a simple way of explaining you. Okay, imagine you're going for a restaurant. In the restaurant, on the menu bar, on the menu that you get, there are 200 items. Are you going to eat all 200 items? Are you going to eat all 200 items? Definitely no. What do you want? Have you went for breakfast? Have you went for lunch? Have you went for dinner? Only that you will order. Just because that restaurant provides you all 200 services, you're not going to, even that owner of the restaurant would have not tasted 200 dishes, and where you guys will buy. Right? So you will go and buy which you need. And I have told you clearly my problem. In order to run the project, reporting is already solved by Power BI, and storage and processing is what is the biggest challenge. For that, from this 200 services, I have selected this many services, which is going to help my problem. Two main problems, processing and storages. So I have selected certain services, which is going to solve my problem. What are they? ADF, maybe Databricks, Synopsys, Azure SQL, Azure ML. Again, I told you, I will not go deep inside this services. It's a services which will help you for storage and processing. So two main problems I had, storage and processing, and this storage and processing is what I will be using here. Right? Now, finally, I'm going to help you understand this related service what I wanted. Microsoft has come up with another infrastructure environment which is called Fabric. There is already Azure, which can be 100% a problem solver for you. Today, even today, the first choice is if I get a villa, I will definitely buy villa. But if I don't get villa, the next option will be flat. So that is what we are going to do. Today, Azure is best. But all the related services, what is related for data driven technologies, they are categorizing as Fabric. To give an example, imagine this is a restaurant. Imagine this is a restaurant. In this restaurant, it is a full scale restaurant. It is a full scale restaurant. What do you mean by full scale? You will get everything. You'll get everything. You will get starters. You'll get the main dish, right? You'll get cakes, ice creams, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything you will get. Everything you'll get. And that is why I call it as Azure. It has total of 200 services, right? And now I went to eat only one cake. I went to eat only one cake. For eating one cake, why are you going to a restaurant which is so big and which provides you all the services, yeah? I want to eat one cake. Maybe I want to eat only one dessert, one ice cream. Why am I going to a big restaurant? Now what I will do, rather than going to a big restaurant like Azure, I'm interested only in eating ice creams or desserts. Why can't I go only for a specialized dessert kitchen? You have a limited chef. And you know what? Their only goal is to prepare desserts. So obviously they will be best on this. Obviously they'll be best on this. right? So if I want to eat a cake, rather than eating in a big restaurant where they provide all services, if I go to a small dessert kitchen where they provide you the best, and that is what we are going to do as a Fabric. So for me, the challenge was to work on this services for a data driven, and this separately they have created one small cloud Fabric. That is where Fabric got introduced. I have been observing and I've been involved in every update what Microsoft has come in the last 3 years. This is a major update what they have launched in 2023. It's been 1.5 years in the market. It's so beautiful till now, right? I can see that it is so active in the real time because we are focusing only on the selected service. But even today, let me tell you, no one can beat Azure. No one can beat Azure. Azure is always good. Even in the current system, when I'm talking from 2010, all this we were using. From 2010 to 20, we started using cloud because the Azure birthday was February 1st, 2010. From 2010 onwards, we started using Azure. And even today, right? Even today, 2025, I'm still using Azure. So all this storage, processing, everything, now it has been replaced with Synapses, ADF, SQL and Databricks. Now it's completely replaced. Even today I'm using it. Even today, 80% of my projects which I'm doing in Power BI, I'm relying on Azure. Azure, because I have two major problems. One is storage and processing. Right? And in that, Azure provides you all the solution for you for your reporting. So if you go back to the flashback, what we have learned, Power BI we are using for reporting. What about storage? What about processing? Well, don't worry, we are going to use Azure for that. That is what we have decided, right? And today, even today, the current system, Azure with Power BI is a top notch for all of your business solutions. It can solve all your problems. But suddenly, they have selected services. They have put into another subtopic, sub-environment called Fabric. Okay. What I've observed in the last few years, it's very rare that I fight with someone in my house, right? I don't fight with my sister, I don't fight with my brother, I don't fight with my parents, and I don't even fight with my friends. But in office, it's a bit of struggle for me because I'm fighting with everyone. And the people who I'm fighting is always data engineers, data scientists, data analysts. There's always a clash. There is always a clash. Your best friends are these three guys, and these guys, whenever there is a fight, they'll start throwing stones on others. And you can see the image speaks. The data analyst who's literally struggling in between is fighting to compensate between data engineers and data scientists. Data scientists ask a specific data. Data engineer says, I am not responsible. And data scientist says, you are the responsible. So there is always a fight between these three guys. And the challenge is all three guys are using three different tools. One is using Power BI and others are using Azure. So this was a big headache because for all of this, the parent is Microsoft. And what Microsoft has done, okay, let's not have two different tools. Let's not have Azure as one. Let's not have Power BI as two. Let's combine both. Let's try to bring all into one umbrella. Even though this is a current system which is very much on track, I have observed from different clients that they're saying there is a bit of delay in moving the data from here to here, performance issue, cost, because I need to pay for this, I need to pay for this. Nothing comes free in this life, right? You need to pay for this, you need to pay for this. So it's a big challenge. In order to tackle all this, the next era, from 2020 onwards, the development has started. From 2023, Fabric was launched. Now, what is Fabric? whatever the services which you see inside Fabric, this is related to data driven technologies. You can build a data engineering pipeline. You can build a data analytics report. You can come up with the machine learning models. All this under one environment you can build this. And that is what Fabric. So Fabric is like a mini hotel or a mini restaurant. Only you get desserts. Only you get desserts. If you go and ask in Fabric, I need a breakfast or a lunch, you will not get it. Similarly, in your Fabric, you go and ask, I want to build a website. I want to build a mobile application. The straightforward answer is no. But this can be done in Azure. In Azure, it provides 200 services. But in Fabric, we are mainly focusing on data-driven services. So all you see here, right? It's all the services that it provides. Like Synapses, it becomes like a data science models. You can build real-time applications. You can build data factories, one of the transformation layer. Power BI, you guys already know that you can do reporting. Copilot, it is integrated with AI, just like your Chat GPT. Your Copilot is one of the AI which is been from Microsoft, right? So all this you can see, and to be giving you one specific answer, it's just the beginning. Right? There is a movie dialogue which the famous actor says, it's just the beginning. Well, we are in the just the beginning, and it's been 1.5 years in Fabric. And what I've been observing is there's a lot of innovations, lot of projects, lot of key skills have been come into picture, right? To give you more about this Fabric. So Fabric was launched on 23rd May, right? So in the next 1 month, it is going to turn 2 years. But officially it was launched on 15th November, and it is basically today 1.5 years old. It is integrated with a lot of cloud services, including Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapses. It is a one-stop shop. It gives you all the end-to-end solutions for you. I can simply call it as this is a unified platform. Okay, it is a unified platform. I can simply say that as you guys are in metro city, right? You guys are in metro city. Most of your guys in metro cities. You will have this metro, right? Where you travel through metro. Railway station is different. Metro stations are different. Now, how did this metro came into picture? They got the idea from the railway station itself. In most of the cities like Hyderabad, Delhi, Bangalore, you see metro where it goes over the bridge where you can travel very fast. Your Fabric is like that. It's a well-versed, maintained railway station, I can call it as. Right? So it comes with a beautiful platform for you. Right? It comes with a beautiful platform which can take care of all the internal things that you want to do, like a data related jobs. Data engineering, data science, or data analytics are the top 3 people who will completely get benefit on Fabric. If someone UI developer is talking about Fabric, that doesn't make sense. This is only useful for the guys who are involved in our data driven technologies, right? So with this Fabric, they provide all the services, right? They also have a Copilot which is integrated, and the good thing is all of these services share a common storage called OneLake. So OneLake will be the source, right? Everywhere, wherever you do reporting, you do data modeling, you do data cleaning, whatever you do, end goal is always it goes and stores it in the OneLake. That's the source for you. Right? It's a one platform, one storage where all of this can be interacting. So it makes your work easier and better, right? And now what you see in the Azure services, which I was mainly using for my projects, Azure Data Lake for storage, Azure Data Factory for processing, Azure SQL Database for data warehouse, all 3 which you see, now I've replaced to Azure Data Factory to Data Factory. Storages, I have stored it as OneLake. Azure SQL database where I'll be creating a warehouse. Here I'll call it as OneLake warehouse. So literally what I was doing in Azure, now I am able to do it in Fabric. Right? It's just the name change. Backend, it's still the cloud. Right? Backend, it's still the railway station. It's still the metro station. Right? This is still the railway station. This is still the metro station. Both are same. But the benefits which provides or quite different from one another. Okay, so this is how we can compare. If tomorrow someone is coming and asking you, hey, I want to learn Fabric as a technology. It's not a technology, it's a platform. Please be informed that it's just an environment, it's just the infrastructure where you go and do your work and come back. What work? Don't expect that I will be building a mobile application or website. It will be only helpful for data driven transformations. You can do Python coding, you can do PySpark coding, you can do SQL code, you can do Power BI reports, you can do, you can build a data warehousing. Well, I keep on saying this, there are a lot of benefits with respect to Fabric. Okay, now you can build a data warehouse, you can build a big data processing, cloud computing. Obviously, this is staying in cloud, BI reporting. All can be done with the Fabric. Okay, the symbol is equivalent to F, Fabric. And the name why they have kept Fabric is, if you take a cloth, the small thread is there, right? That is fabric. So small thread collectively only it is forming a cloth. Similarly, Fabric is components it has collectively together they are framing as one framework. This framework is beautiful framework for your all of your business needs. Okay, now how it is different from existing cloud? There is already one cloud. Azure is a cloud, AWS is a cloud, GCP is a cloud. But how it is different? It's a unified platform, right? One lake, one platform. You come here, you'll get all you what you need. It's like a one-stop shop. You go to a supermarket where you go get everything, right? Similarly, you come to Fabric, you'll go get everything. Advanced features are there, and it can easily collaborate with your all the other team members, and it is a very simplified user experience, right? So it is also coming with AI assisted. You will have a shared workspaces, one security, one lake, one foundation for all of this. So that is how this is different from other cloud services. As simply I said that this Fabric is a subset of your Azure only. Same thing, just a separation that we have. Now, you can also see that we have two main problems that is resolved: storage and processing. For storage, they have a one lake, unified lake, which will become a main source. All of this can be clubbed together. And compute, they have different services which can provide you. If I go in deep about this, it will become too technical, but at this point of time, as part of this event, this workshop, understand what it can do. Fabric comes with a one platform which can solve your storage and processing issues, right? Now, what can be done? It came in 2023, right? And now we're in 2025. What can be done? We can bring the data from different systems. We can do data engineering. We can do data science. We can do report building, and we can go with real-time analysis. All these things can be done as of today. What cannot be done? If you want to build some highly specialized complex projects, if you want to work with extremely large data, and if you want to come with legacy systems means from old machines, old systems where maybe IBM is there, it's old, SSRS was there. So all these are old, that we will not be able to do it in Fabric. Along with this, you cannot build a website, you cannot build a mobile application. All of this is not possible. This has a limited scope for this. As I said, in your desert restaurant, if you go and ask for a breakfast, they will not give, they will not serve that. Simple as that, right? So they have some limitations as well. Everyone says Fabric, but be informed that Fabric also has some limitations. So finally, is it going to be a game changer? As of now, in the last 1.5 years, what I've experimented, what I've been contributing to the organizations, yes, definitely this is going to be a game changer, but they are trying to improve over time, right? So they are going to have a simplified management, collaboration, and get a greater insights. Complexity will be reduced. The most important is you need to pay only once. In Azure, you have to pay once. In Power BI, you have to pay once. But now payment is only to Fabric, right? You are reduce the cost. So this has become like a one platform which can play everything for you, right? Now, with that, there is a new updates that is coming in because it's 1.5 years old. So a lot of new updates. They're coming with some enhancements. They're making it even more interactive. They're also going to build their own engine. Well, I keep on talking about this. All this are the upcoming and the new features what we have got in the last 3 months, and it is expected to come in the next 1 year. Right now, the final conclusion. You can build your project, you can take care of the storages, you can take care of the processing, everything in Azure. Well, you can do the entire same related data science, data engineering, data analytics in Fabric. Well, the choice is yours. Would you like to go with Azure with 15 years of experience in the market, or are you going to use Fabric, which is 1.5 years in the market? Well, a simple question. You are the parent. Imagine that you are Microsoft, right? You are Microsoft. You have two kids. One kid is 15 years old. One kid is 1.5 years old. The choice is yours. Who knows? In coming years, this guy can be smarter than this. There is high likely chances, right? Your second kid will have a more chances that he can be smarter than the first one, elder one. Chances can be there, or this can also be a failure. So this can be a failure, this can be a success, anything can happen, but my verdict will be it's very, very, very early to decide that Fabric is going to be the everything. It's very early because I was involved in a lot of projects, lot of use cases, lot of scenarios. Well, the world is so big that can you manage that with Fabric? Today, we have started a lot of projects in Fabric and we are still facing a lot of issues, and it takes time to stabilize, right? It takes time to stabilize. We have a newborn baby which is 1 year old. You always keep an eye on him, right? You keep tracking what is he doing, you will observe everything. That is what we are all observing from the outside world. Well, is it Fabric going to the future? The answer as of today, I'm informing you with the date. You don't know when you'll see this video again, but I can tell you on 26th April, I'm telling you, Fabric is going to be the booming technology, booming framework, booming platform. But today, I will not tell that it is better than Azure. No, because Azure is much better in providing all the services for you, but Fabric, they have created a subset. So today I can clearly says that Fabric can be the future. Fabric can overtake Azure. I'm using the word can. I'm not saying it will. There is a grammar that you need to figure out. I'm not saying it will. It can. It maybe can happen, may not happen. Well, with this, I would like to end my session, and I'm very much open to answer all of your questions. Are we going to use Azure? Are we going to use Fabric? It's all about your need. If you want to experiment a new project with new platform, use Fabric. If you want to manage that existing with a beautiful way, still Azure is the best solution, right? Your 15 years gold guy is still better in solving all of the issues, but who knows, this 1.5-year-old platform can become future. Well, we still don't have an answer. Is Fabric better than Azure? The answer is maybe, may not be, right? We will have to wait and watch how this tool will behave, how this framework will behave in the next 1 year, next 2 years. We will have to wait and watch. Okay, so with that, the conclusion, it's just a new evolution. It's not a replacement. And let's be informed that no one can ever replace cloud, which is no one can ever replace Azure. Azure is Azure. Fabric is Fabric. A big restaurant is always a big restaurant. A small desert restaurant is always a small desert restaurant. Well, the choice is yours. Would you like to go to a big restaurant? Would you like to go with a desert restaurant? It's up to you. Well, that's a conclusion of this session as well as about Fabric. Okay, so a small giveaway from KSR Datavizon and thanks for Suparna and Ajay for giving KSR the opportunity to speak here. So please scan here. One lucky person will get free vouchers for your certifications. The guys who are interested to take Fabric certification, just scan it and fill your details. And this is a surprise from KSR. Okay, the top 3 people whom we pick, of course, it's completely based on your luck. The top 3 people, we will be giving you a vouchers, which we can take a free certifications from our side. Okay, so with that, thank you so much for listening me for the last 90 minutes, and I'm still open for all of your questions. Please unmute yourself and you can ask me your questions, and let me make.
Yeah, I muted Santosh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Santosh. Thank you for this wonderful session. Team, if anyone having any questions, unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, hi Santosh.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm Suresh. So coming to Microsoft Fabric, so without coding technology, can we survive with Fabric?
See, Fabric is just a platform. As I said, if you want to use it as a platform, you still have to use it. If you want to focus on reporting, as you said, no coding. But if you want to go with data science, data engineering, you will still have to code. So there is nothing like you can survive without coding or with coding. You can do everything here. Data science models, data engineering, for all that you need coding. So to answer your question, it's a platform where, depending on your role, as a data analyst, you may not code, but as a data engineer or a data scientist, you will have to code.
Yeah, okay, Santosh. Thank you.
Next question. Any questions, anyone? Or let me ask. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can also ask in chat. Please get registered to our community for more updates. This session is definitely going to be helpful, and Suparna and Ajay will be frequently taking up this type of sessions from different speakers. So it's all about you utilize this opportunity. You're not going to charge anything. It's just going to be your time that you're going to charge. So please make use of this opportunities. Any questions?
Hi, Santosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magadeshwan here. In real-time
Yes.
analytics, still it's having well established, or still in some preview stages will be there for like IoT related?
With respect to Fabric?
Yeah, Fabric.
See, Fabric, as of now, what I've observed is in the last 1.5 years, they've been improving over time. And today, I can say that you can build one complete enterprise application with data science, data engineering. But still, we are facing a lot of trouble in handling the framework because it's a very new tool. It has to adopt to the outside environment. It has to adopt to the IoT. So there is a lot of improvements. But as of now, most of the things are done. Few things they are in preview stages. They are trying to work. They are trying to organize it well.
Yeah, Santosh, one question in the chat from Sampath Kumar. What is the current situation of the data analyst role in the market?
Current scenario, see, I keep saying this again and again, lot of Power BI developers, lot of analysts are there in the market, right? Lot of them are there. In my team itself, I have 3 to 4 people who are in bench. So a lot of guys knows this, but what is needed is how effectively you can do analysis, right? We have lakhs of Power BI developers, but we have a very minimal of effective Power BI developers. Now the choice is yours. You want to become a Power BI developer, you want to become an effective Power BI developer. If you want to become an effective Power BI developer, you need to adopt to the changes. Maybe what you're using was Power BI. Now you have to get adopted to Fabric. Now you have to solve your problems with Azure. So always, if you want to go in a maybe a demandful manner, you have to learn more, you have to know it. So as a data analytics, the opportunities are still there, but a lot of complaints saying that I'm not getting call, I'm not getting call. You're not getting call because you're not adapting to the environment. So please add Fabric, please add Azure, and make your resume impactful. Obviously, you will have a greater opportunity, and that's what even I am hiring in my company. We are hiring for a person who can do all the skills, learning, use, and adopt to the new technologies.
Yeah, Santosh, thanks for that. The next question is from Venkat. What if AI overcomes data-driven skills?
See, AI will never replace a human brilliance, right? As simple as that. I will tell you when AI can replace your job. Okay. So I'll tell you when AI can replace your job. Now it's a Saturday, right? Let's say I'll use ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a AI tool. And your question is, can ChatGPT replace my job? Okay, it's as simple as that. Now I'll ask you, I feel like, can you all see my screen? Yes?
No, Santosh. Can you share
No?
again?
No.
No. Can you reshare again?
Yeah. So let's say ChatGPT is your AI tool. Okay. So can you all see my screen? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say on a Saturday evening, I say that I feel like eating biryani. Can you prepare biryani for me? Does it do it for me? Does it do it for me?
No, Santosh.
Come on, yaar, it's a AI tool. It should replace my kitchen work, right? Does it do?
Who will get the
No,
ingredients and who will chop the vegetables?
it will
It
only
says
guide
that,
how to prepare.
yes, it says that I wish I could actually cook and send it to you, right? But you know what? It can give you suggestion. It can give you suggestion. Now what I will ask now I will tell you when your job will be replaced. At this point of time, your job will never be replaced because it can give you suggestions and you have to go in kitchen and you have to prepare. Now I'll ask you another question. Can you order at least in Swiggy behalf of me? Can this happen?
Yeah.
Can this happen?
No.
Maybe Santosh.
Today?
No.
Today can it happen?
No. Today it can't happen. Maybe we expect this feature in future.
Well, if I say that, can you prepare a biryani? The answer is no, it cannot do that. It can give suggestion, right? So you have to go and do it. Okay, at least you're not preparing for me. At least order for me. So can you order in Swiggy behalf of me? My address is, let's say I stay in, if you want, I can give you full address. Please order for me. The answer is, I would love to help you, but I cannot place orders in the real time. Well, this is a clear proof that your AI will never do all your work. It can give you suggestion. It can provide you with all the inputs, but you have to go and think, you have to go and do it. Maybe one day future this may come. This feature may come. That day you ask me the same question, I will tell you whether it will replace or not. But today, 2025, April 26th, I'm telling you this statement. At this point of time, there are some jobs which was AI has overtaken, but not for data engineers, not for data scientists, and not for data analysts. I can 100% prove you that your AI will never replace all of these three roles. All good?
Yeah. Thanks, Santosh. Thanks for that. The next question is from
Yeah,
Revanti.
Santosh.
Yeah.
Please.
Go ahead.
Santosh.
Yeah, tell me.
Question is that Azure is 15 years old and Fabric is 1.5-year old. So what I was thinking is by means of analytics, if you talk, so learning 15 years old, there might be n number of people who knows Azure might be. But learning 1.5-year old, that is Fabric, learning that we might be in the demand and tomorrow's jobs opportunities might be more for the Fabric. What do you say on this?
See, thanks for this question. Again, as I told you in the comparison, and I'll go back to my screen share, right? If you see my screen share here, what I've told you here in this, I compared with Azure with Fabric, right? This is still the ADLS. This is still the data factory. This is still the SQL, right? The same services only we are using here. Only the platform is changing. Today, in your home, you learn cooking, right? You learn cooking. If I ask you to cook any food, you will cook. If I ask you to come to your friend's house, if I ask you to cook, you will still cook. You'll still cook because you know cooking. Just the platform is changing. So don't think that, okay, Azure everyone knows, I will learn that, and Fabric no one knows, it's 1.5 years. I'm saying that all this is coming from Azure only. Right? If you learn Azure, Fabric is nothing. Fabric is nothing. Just the interface is changed. Just the name of the services is changed. Just the way of doing is changed. What you will do in your house, if I ask you to cook, you will say that, okay, I know every places, where is what, you will put all the ingredients. If I go and ask you to cook in your neighbor's house or friend's house, you will still cook. Maybe you'll ask, where is salt? Maybe where is powders? All this you will ask. That's the only thing you'll do. Right? So don't think this as two different technologies or platforms. It's same only, they've created one separate for this. So if you learn Azure 100%, you will be able to do all the projects in Fabric. If you learn Fabric, you may not be able to do all in Azure because Azure is a bigger one, right? So 15 years old person will have a own features, he will have a own character, and this 1.5 can replicate him, right? But 15 years old person cannot behave like 1.5 years person, right? That's the reality. So here, to answer your question, if you want to come up with this data science, data engineering, or data analytics, Fabric is just a platform, right? Don't think that, okay, I will master this 1.5 years of Fabric and I'll get an opportunities. In the backend, you have to know all the services. Clear?
Yeah, got it. Thank you so much.
Next question. So I can see one question. Sarita, can you
Yes.
please clarify how Power BI has no storage in terms of load data and make modifications in Power Query? See, Power BI has some space. It is run in the engine called Vertipack engine, which has some buffering space. It will store there, but you cannot use it like a database, right? If someone is coming a new customer, now I will not go and make an insert. That storage is not allowed. Your Power BI comes with a space buffer to hold the data. But what I am talking about is, can it work like a real data where a new data comes in automatically? I'll go and store it. That will not work. You have to set a refresh, schedule refresh. You have to update those type of things. You have to do it. Unless and until you do it, it will not go and update it. So that is where it loses the feature of storage. You can store it like a buffer, but you cannot store it in the real time. So your prediction for the next 2-3 years on Fabric. So thank you for bringing up this question. Yes, you will see a lot of exciting opportunities in this particular environment and platform, and a lot of good features are coming in. What I've observed is, even here also they have been keeping a track of every month they are sending an updates to Fabric, and there's a lot of great exciting updates that you're getting. So 2 to 3 years, maybe the verdict today I give, maybe I have to change the verdict, saying that, oh, Fabric is very close to Azure. Maybe I can come to that verdict. Maybe 2-3 years will still have a multiple versioning of Fabric sessions. Every session you will see what is the improvements at what we have got. Next question.
And Santosh,
one
the
more
next.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
One more question from Revati Santosh, and she
Yeah.
is asking real world examples are industries where Microsoft Fabric has made significant impact. And there is second question from her, what type of projects we can use in Fabric?
Fabric is known for data driven opportunities where you can build data science models, BI reports, data engineering pipelines, PySpark, where it's a framework which is used for handling big data, uh, transformations, all of this can be done. So in the recent times, what I've observed is where they'll also start involving deployments, like what you can do in DevOps, that can also be coming in, but not now. It can happen in future. So as of now, the three guys, data engineers, data analysts, Power BI developers, can start using this environment for your projects. And Microsoft has been now trying to market itself. It has started involving all the domains. So right from telecommunication domain, e-commerce platforms, and then if you talk about healthcare, if you talk about retail, everything, your Fabric is being involved. So as I said, it's just a platform where you go and do any projects here.
And Santosh, thanks for that. The next question is from Madhu. What skills are most important for working with Microsoft Fabric in a real-time project?
You have to be very strong at SQL, Python, and how this Azure Data Factory works. Like you have to be very good at ETL, and then we have to be good at PySpark. This 4 to 5 skills is more than enough to master this platform.
Okay, thanks for that. The next question is from Vinod. Can we learn SSIS, SSRS, and SSAS?
This has become a legacy system. In the last 2 to 3 years, I have never seen any project starting newly in SSIS. What is SSIS? It's an integration service. Now it is a completely, it has been going to be replaced by ADF. So I would say that your MSBI, which was there in early 2009, 2010, now it is still there, but most of the companies have started migrating to cloud. Your MSBI was on-prem. Out of 100 companies, I can say only 5 to 6 companies are still using. Everyone else have started migrating.
Thanks, Santosh. The next question is from Dinesh.
For example, if I know only Power BI, how many years I can survive? Well, I'm saying a lot of Power BI developers in my team are on bench. So what you need is you need to upskill, you need to learn more of cloud. Azure Data Factory and Fabric will definitely add you and boost your experience, but only Fabric, I'm sorry, even I will not hire you.
The next question is from Madhu Santosh. Why did Microsoft created Fabric separately, even though Azure already had services like Synapses and Data Factory?
See, this is a very debatable question. Thank you so much for bringing in. As I said, Azure can do everything, but the challenge is the pricing, and there is a slight delay that has been happening when the data is moving from one platform to another platform, right? So one is Azure, one is Power BI. So the data movement from Azure to Power BI was quite taking some time, and I need to pay for Azure license. I need to pay for Power BI license. So all in all, to reduce the cost, efforts, and the data movement, and to make sure like one source, now they have clubbed together as Fabric.
Yeah, thanks, Santosh. Then next question is from Nagaraja. Along with Power BI, which is better ETL tool to learn either ADF or SSIS?
Undoubtedly ADF.
Yeah, thank you. One more question from Revati. Sorry, this is not a question. This is just a comment.
Yeah. Any other questions? All good?
I think we don't have any questions, Santosh. Thank you, Santosh, having with us and sharing your. Sorry.
Sorry,
One last question,
Yeah, go ahead.
Santosh.
Yeah.
Santosh, with regards to data engineering, right? So do we definitely need to know Python, or can we manage? I mean, can we manage initially without Python, only with the
Python is
SQL?
must. Python is must. Python and SQL is must. Your Python and SQL are like two hands for your data engineering. You have to learn both. Without that, the chances of surviving as a data engineer is very minimal.
I mean, there are few projects like data migration or database migrations, right, where Python is not required.
That is what percentage? If you ask me, it's just less than 10%. Right? Out of 100% projects what you have in data engineering, only 10 to 15% will be migration. And how can I confidently say that? How can I say you that you will only go to into migration project, right? So it's not possible. And nowadays, what I have observed in my migration also, we are not just migrating plus refinement is also happening. Someone who has built 10 years back, the same thing, why will I migrate? I will have to make it formatted. I have to make it more optimized. So I will have to go and write Python code, scripting, PySpark, everything I have to write, right? So without Python, PySpark, being a data engineer, it's very difficult.
Yeah, yes, Santosh. I'll add on top of this. See, Sarita, how heart and oxygen is important for any person. Like Python and SQL are that much important for data engineering roles.
Yeah, well said. That's correct.
And Santosh, one more question from Vinod. Career-wise, which one is better, Power BI developer or Tableau developer?
See, data analyst is always a data analyst, whether you can do the reports in Tableau or you can do the reports in Power BI. As of opportunities wise, Tableau, even though it has been linked with Salesforce, I see a bit one step lower when compared to Power BI. Power BI has good opportunities, and nowadays, if you can see with Power BI, you can learn Fabric, you can learn Azure, so you will have a greater opportunity wise. Power BI developer is good. Okay, so I think we have all questions done. Well, if you still have any questions, our community is there, right? We have a LinkedIn page, so Suparna Babu will show you all of this, and please be in touch. Any questions, post there, and we were always ready to answer you. The purpose of this community is to always hold you to answer all of your questions and help you. So please be in touch with us.
Yeah. So thank you, Santosh. Thanks for this wonderful session. So it's a great knowledge sharing session. I think there is no more questions. We are good to close. So thank you all. Thanks for joining with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.